empirical formula and molecular formula. This is the last part in stoichiometry topic in our syllabus. This is most important in practical manner, because you may aware that if any terrorist activities or takes place, sudden accidents or takes place, some firing is happened or bomb blasting is takes place, we come across that certain news that the police people are collecting some samples. The forensic department or forensic people or clues team will collect some samples and they send it to laboratory to find out what type of explosive were used in that act, terrorist act or something like that. So what they are going to do with that samples? Because they will get some powder like things at the place where the explosive takes place, or some unknown substance was identified from a suspected people, some powder, so white powder, it may be a flour or it may be a chalk piece powder or whatever it may be a lime or it may be a dangerous thing. How they analyze and find out its structure? Because if I say that calcium carbonate, I simply write CaCO3. What is this CaCO3? That is the formula of the compound. So now how the scientist, how the person will identify that formula? Because it was not having any name on that powder, because if I take some white powder here, its name was not written on it. But how the scientist or the forensic department will identify it? In that process, there is a systematic procedure to identify or to get that formula. First, they will identify or collect the samples. First, they identify the elements that were present in it. For that, there is a separate tests are there to identify each and every element. And in second stage, they will identify the groups that were present in it, functional groups, because if COOH group is there, it will give certain, if CO3 group is there, it will give some tests or something like that. They will identify the possibilities of the structures. Then what they will do? They find out the percentage composition of each element in that sample. From that percentage of composition, they can easily get empirical formula. And in separate process, they will calculate the molecular formula. By interrelating that, they will get the conclusion for that. For example, if I take glucose, glucose formula is found to be C6H12O6. This formula will give a lot of information. That is, this formula indicates that this compound contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Three types of elements, namely carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. And it also gives us the information that these elements are in 6:12:6 ratio. That means for each 6 carbons, there are 12 hydrogens and 6 oxygens. And they arranged in increasing order of the electronegativities. This is general procedure. With the help of this, you can calculate the molecular weight of that substance. Now, this is said to be molecular formula. Now, what is empirical formula? Empirical formula will give us the simple ratio 6:12:2. Its simple ratio is 1:2, 2:1. 1. Now using this simple ratio, with the help of these elements, if you write a formula, that formula is considered as empirical formula. For this, the empirical formula is CH2O. This is the empirical formula. This is molecular formula and this is empirical formula. Molecular formula, empirical formula. So molecular formula will gives us the actual ratio of elements that were present in that compound. Empirical formula will gives us simple ratio of elements that were present in it. This empirical formula can easily be calculated if you know the percentage composition of each element present in it. So now the thing is, if we get a sample, from that sample to get its formula, it is not possible for us to get it the direct molecular formula. If I give you a sample, an unknown sample to you, you are in a position to calculate, you can identify, you can give the molecular weight of the substance. Suppose if white powder, if I give to you, you have a method, there are certain methods to find out its molecular formula, molecular weight. And there is another way, you can, there is a methods to identify the elements present in it. That means if I give you a unknown substance to you, with the help of certain procedure, following certain procedure, you can identify the elements that were present in it and you can find out the molecular weight of that sample. But how to get this molecular formula? Suppose for example, this is the glucose, a white powder. If I give it to you, with the procedure that you are having, you can find out its molecular weight easily. With certain process, you can identify that the compound is having carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. There ends. But you will not get the molecular formula, that means the formula of the compound as C6H12O6, unless you know the empirical formula. Then how we get this empirical formula? If we have percentage composition of each element present in it, you will get empirical formula. By using molecular weight, you can get the molecular formula. This is the systematic procedure for analyzing a sample. If you have an unknown sample, you can do certain things. That is, you can identify what elements are present in it. You can find out the molecular weight of the substance. You can find out percentage composition of those elements in that compound. That is the thing that you can identify. That is the only data that you can get from the available process. To get this molecular formula, with the help of these three results, first you have to identify the empirical formula. With the empirical formula and molecular weight, you can get the molecular formula. Don't be get confused. I'll give a simple example. We have a compound. This compound is containing carbon and hydrogen. This is a hydrocarbon. We can call it as hydrocarbon. This hydrocarbon is found to contain 80% of carbon and 20% of hydrogen. And molecular weight of this compound is found to be 30. Molecular weight of the compound is found to be 30. So this is the information that you are in a position to get from a experiment. Suppose now I gave a compound that is a hydrocarbon. That compound is found to contain carbon and hydrogen only. And 80% is carbon and 20% is hydrogen. This we call it as percentage of composition. And I can easily get the molecular weight, and it is found to be 30. This is the information. Now what is the molecular formula of that compound? To know the molecular formula, it is essential to learn the empirical formula. How to get this empirical formula? This simple procedure is there. That is, each element percentage of composition should divided by its atomic weight. Carbon percentage of composition 80, and it should be divided with 12. 12 is the atomic weight of carbon. Similarly, 20 is the percentage composition of hydrogen, and hydrogen atomic weight is 1. By dividing the percentage of composition with atomic weights, we get a simple ratio. Atomic ratio. So 6.67, and this is 20. 20 by 1 is equal to 20. Now this is atomic ratio. If I divide this ratio with a simple number, that is, out of these two, 6.67 is the least number. Let us divide with 6.67 and this 20 also with 6.67. So that I will get a simple ratio, that is 1:3. So in this compound, the simple ratio is 1:3. So carbon and hydrogen simply present in 1:3 ratio. So empirical formula is CH3. Now I have empirical formula. Now molecular weight of the compound is found to be 30. How I calculate molecular formula? Elements weight. Suppose for this 6 carbons are there, 6 into 12, 72. 12 hydrogens are there, 12 into 1, 12. 6 oxygens are there, 6 into 16, that is 96. So on adding this, it is found to be 18. This is the way to calculate molecular weight. Now for this compound also molecular weight is found to be 30. Now similarly, if I calculate empirical formula weight, carbon is 12, hydrogen is 1. Its empirical formula, so 3 hydrogens are there, so 12 plus 3, empirical formula weight is found to be 15. So empirical formula weight is found to be 15. Now N is equal to molecular weight by empirical formula weight. Molecular weight is 30, empirical formula weight is 15, so it is 2. So 2 is the N. N is nothing but the number which we are dividing the molecular ratio with, which we are getting this empirical formula. So now if you multiply this 2 with this CH3, you will get C2H6, CH3, carbon into 2, H3 into 2, 6, C2H6. Now if it calculate, its molecular weight is found to be 30. So here the compound which I got with molecular weight 30 containing carbon and hydrogen, carbon percentage is 80% and hydrogen percentage is 20%. That compound is nothing but this ethane. These are the steps that were involved in the process of getting the molecular weight or molecular formula of a unknown substance. So you may have a little bit confusion, because just in a brief I explained the whole thing. Now let us verify one by one slowly. Molecular formula. Empirical formula. Then another word is percentage of composition. Molecular formula is the actual ratio of elements that were present in a given compound. If each element that were present in a compound is represented with actual ratio, those elements are present in a molecule are given, that formula is said to be molecular formula. For example, if you take a glucose, in glucose compound, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are present as 6:12:6 ratio. So its formula is found to be C6H12O6. In sulfuric acid, three elements hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen are present. So its formula is written as H2SO4. In oxalic acid, hydrogen, carbon and oxygen are present in 2:4 ratio. So those elements are represented with exact number or exact ratio. This formula is said to be a molecular formula. If we take a simple ratio, with that simple ratio, if you express the same elements, that formula thus obtained is said to be empirical formula. Now C6H12O6, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, they are actually present in 6:12:6 ratio. The simple ratio is 1:2:1. So if you write like this, so if 1 is there, if you write 1 or it was not mentioned, it indicates 1 only. If not more than 1 only, you will just represent it C1H2O1, but instead of that you can write it as CH2O. Similarly here 2:2:4. So hydrogen, carbon and oxygen, they are present in 1:1:2 ratio. So its simple formula is HCO2. That is empirical formula. Similarly H2SO4, here already 1 is there. That means it itself a simple ratio. For such compounds, molecular formula and empirical formula is same, H2SO4, because you can divide only when all parameters are divisible. Suppose for example, if you take K2Cr2O7, here odd number is there, it cannot be divisible. So for K2Cr2O7, empirical formula, molecular formula is same for potassium dichromate. K2Cr O4, potassium chromate, 2:2, already 1 is there, so you need not simplify it. So for certain compounds, empirical formula and molecular formula is same, but certain compounds there is two different formulas. One is, that means simple ratio and actual ratio. If actual ratio is also itself a simple ratio, for such compounds empirical formula and molecular formula are same. After empirical formula and molecular formula, another important term that we have to learn is percentage of composition. Percentage of composition. Percentage of composition means weight of one element of a compound that present in 100 grams of that compound is said to be percentage of composition. Simple example I give you. Calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. Calcium atomic weight is 40. Carbon atomic weight is 12, oxygen atomic weight is 16, 3 oxygen atoms are there, total 48. So if you add this, you will get 100. So 100 is the molecular weight of calcium carbonate. So in 100 grams of calcium carbonate, we will have 40 grams of calcium, 12 grams of carbon, 48 grams of oxygen. So these are the percentages itself. That means calcium carbonate contains 40% of calcium, 12% of carbon and 48% oxygen. That we call it as percentage of composition. Since calcium carbonate molecular weight is 100, it is easy for us to get it. But if all compounds molecular weight is not 100, in such cases we have to calculate the percentages separately. For example, if you take NaOH, NaOH contains sodium, oxygen and hydrogen. Sodium atomic weight is 23, oxygen atomic weight is 16, hydrogen atomic weight is 1, so the sum will become 40. That means 40 grams of sodium hydroxide contain 23 grams of sodium. Now percentage means how much sodium that was present in 100 grams of sodium carbonate. So 40 grams of NaOH contain 23 grams of sodium. Now the percentage of sodium is, for that means that sodium that present in 100 grams of NaOH. So 100 grams of NaOH contains how many grams? 100 by 40 into 23. That means 56%. 56%. That is percentage composition of sodium. So here sodium, this is 100, this is molecular weight and this is weight of substance, that element. So similarly for oxygen, percentage of oxygen is weight of oxygen 16 by molecular weight 40 into 100, that is 40%. So sodium hydroxide contain 56% of sodium, 40% of oxygen. The rest is hydrogen. Hydrogen, percentage of hydrogen. So weight of hydrogen is 1 by 40 into 100. That is 2.5. Sorry, this is not 56, it is exact value is 57 point, because 4, 5 4s are 20, 30, 6 4, 7 4s are 28, 7 5. So it is 57.5. So percentage of sodium is 57.5, percentage of oxygen is 40 and percentage of hydrogen is 2.5. If you add all these three, you will get 100. So the percentage compositions of each element in a compound, the sum of all the elements percentage of compositions will be equal to 100. This is percentage of composition. Percentage of composition means weight of an element of a compound that present in 100 grams of that compound. Weight of an element of a compound, weight of an element of a compound that present in 100 grams of that compound. 100 grams of that compound is known as percentage of that element in that compound. By this way, we can calculate percentage of composition of different compounds. So, if we know the percentage of compositions, we can easily get empirical formula, and if we know the molecular weight, we can get the molecular formula of the compound. Compound an organic compound is found to contain 40% of carbon, 6.67% of hydrogen, 53.33% oxygen. If its molecular weight is 180, what is its molecular formula? So here, in this problem, we have an organic compound. The organic compound contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So elements, percentage of composition. Atomic ratio. Simple ratio. Empirical formula. So here, this is the procedure. Elements are carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Percentage of carbon is 40%. Percentage of hydrogen is 6.67%. Percentage of oxygen is 53.33%. Now, how to get this atomic ratio? We get the atomic ratio by dividing the percentage of composition by its atomic weights. Carbon atomic weight is 12, so 40 by 12. Hydrogen atomic weight is 1, so 6.67 by 1. Oxygen's atomic weight is 16, so 53.33 by 16. So if we divide their percentage of compositions with atomic weights, 3.33, 6.67, this is also 3.33. Simply by dividing the percentage of composition with their atomic weights, respect to atomic weights, carbon percentage of composition by carbon atomic weight, hydrogen percentage of composition by hydrogen atomic weight, oxygen percentage of composition by oxygen's atomic weight, we'll get atomic ratio. Then next column is simple ratio. How to get the simple ratio? From these atomic ratios, all the atomic ratios should be divided by its least one value. Least value is 3.33. That means 3.33 by 3.33, 6.67 by 3.33, 3.33 by 3.33. This is 1, this is 2, this is 1. So the simple ratio is 1:2:1. Carbon 1, hydrogen 2, oxygen 1. So empirical formula is CHO. 1:2:1. So empirical formula is CH2O. This is the way to get empirical formula. From this empirical formula, we can get the empirical formula weight. Empirical formula, carbon atomic weight is 12. Hydrogen is 1. 2 hydrogens are there. 2 into 1, 2. Plus oxygen is 16. So this sum will be equal to 30. Empirical formula weight is 30. Now, molecular weight is 180. Molecular weight is 180. Molecular weight. (180). Empirical formula weight. (30). So molecular weight by empirical formula weight is N. So N is equal to molecular weight by empirical formula weight. So empirical molecular weight is 180. Empirical formula weight is 30. So N is equal to 6. That means this is the number with which we have to multiply the simple ratio to get the molecular formula. That is the exact ratio. So simple ratio is 1:2:1. If you multiply this with 6, you will get 6:12:6. So molecular formula is C6H12O6. So that is the way to get molecular formula from empirical formula. So these problems are very simple. So in examination, board examinations, particularly in IPE, AP and Telangana regions, from this chapter, 4 marks questions, either from oxidation, balancing of equation, or from this. In addition to that, in 2 marks questions also, problem will be given from this. Suppose sometimes they will give us empirical formula and ask us directly empirical formula. Instead of doing all this thing, they will give, suppose for example, empirical formula of a compound is CH2O. Its molecular weight is 90. What is its molecular formula? CH2O. Empirical formula weight is 30. Molecular weight is 90. 90 by 30, 3. So N value is 3. So molecular formula will be C3H6O. Like that they may ask for as a 2 marks questions also you can get from this. So here in this topic we have 3 terms: molecular formula, empirical formula, percentage of composition. Just now I explained you how to calculate the percentage of compositions. So if already percentage of compositions are calculated, we can easily get empirical formula from that data. If we know the molecular weight and empirical formula, we can easily get the molecular formula.
Synthesis of a compound found to contain 10.06% of carbon, 0.84% of hydrogen, 89.1% of chlorine. Calculate its empirical formula. So similarly, just like a previous problem, we have to write down a tabular form. First column is elements, second column is percentage of composition, third column is atomic ratio, and fourth column is simple ratio. Now the elements are carbon, hydrogen and chlorine. Percentage of compositions, carbon is 10.06%, hydrogen is 0.84%, chlorine is 89.1%. Now atomic ratio, we will get atomic ratio simply by dividing percentage of composition with atomic number. Carbon percentage of composition is 10.06, simply by dividing percentage of composition of carbon by 12. Similarly, percentage of composition of hydrogen is 0.84 by 1. Chlorine 89.1 by 35.5. So here by dividing this you will get 0.84. This is also 0.84 and this is 2.51. So by dividing the percentage of compositions with atomic weights of the respective elements, we will get an atomic ratio. From this we have to get simple ratio. We will get the simple ratio by dividing the all atomic weight ratios by least one. That means here three numbers 0.84, 0.84, 2.51. The least one is 0.84. So for to get simple ratio, all atomic ratio 0.84 by 0.84, 0.84 by 0.84, 2.51 by 0.84. So that we will get 1, 1 and 1. Sorry, 3. So that the simple ratio is carbon 1, hydrogen 1 and chlorine 3. So empirical formula carbon, hydrogen, chlorine 1, 1, 3. So empirical formula is CHCl3. 1, 1, 3. CHCl3. CHCl3. This is chloroform.